UFC Atlanta, Buckley versus Usman. We got a good card. Maybe not a good card. Some toss-ups, some heavy favorites. Other than the main event, not a ton of name value for me, being a complete loser, and I watch this every weekend. I think it's going to be pretty entertaining, but for the average fan, probably not. Moving on. Let's start out with Jamie Lynn Horth versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Vanessa Demopoulos is not good at fighting. I don't know why she's still in the UFC, to be completely honest with you. She is, what is her record in the UFC? She's 5-4, and she hasn't beaten anybody good. Emily Ducati is like the only, she went to a split decision with her. She's just not good. When she fights people who are not completely and utterly retarded, she gets worked. Talita Alencar, Jacqueline Amorim, when she fought those chicks, she just didn't have an answer for anything. And Jamie Lynn Horth looks like a fucking man. So, what do you want me to say? We're going to try and get through these fights pretty quick. I'm taking Jamie Lynn Horth by decision. Dominant decision. Yeah, who cares though? Next up, Philip Rowe versus Ange Loosa. Philip Rowe hasn't fought in a year. And originally when I saw this fight get booked, I was thinking, okay, he's really rangy. I think he's going to be able to just Philip Rowe a fight and just win a decision. But Ange Loosa is weirdly long himself, even though he doesn't really have the height that you would want. He has kind of long arms and he's powerful. And Philip Rowe hasn't been in there in a year. Neither has Ange Loosa. But I think that Ange Loosa, the competition that he's fought is better than the competition that Philip Rowe has fought. At least wins wise. I like the fact that he's beaten AJ Fletcher, Reese McKee. And his losses are, his last two fights was Brian Battle and Gabriel Bonfim. He's fighting people that are actually pretty solid. Whereas Philip Rowe is not. Jake Matthews got up for 3 straight rounds, wasn't close. He lost to Neil Magny. Yikes. Neil Magny's 580 years old. And then your last win is Nico Price, Nico Price is 500 years old too. And then before that, it was Jason Witt. Anyways, I'm going to take Ange Loosa. I think he might even get a KO. This gives me Ricky Simone versus Javid Basharat type of vibes. If that makes any sense, that's some advanced ball knowledge for you. If you don't know what happened in that fight, look it up. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Speaking of Ricky Simone versus Cameron Smotherman. I think Cameron Smotherman is not good. I took him to win in his last fight, and he's a striker, but he wasn't setting a single thing up the entire time. No feints, no low high shot combinations or anything. He was kind of just headhunting and throwing the same shot over and over, and it wasn't connecting, but he just kept going back to it. And he got pieced up the entire time because the guy he was fighting, Siri City, he didn't have to make a single read the entire time. To be fair, Siri City he's longer. It's a complete opposite of a matchup with Ricky Simone being a short, stocky, good wrestler, good overhand. So there is a chance that Cameron Smotherman, with his style of just not setting things up and just walking forward and throwing the same combinations over and over, does work. But I just don't think he's very good, and I think Ricky Simone, being a veteran, is going to be able to pick up on that and find top position at some point, or even land a huge one and hurt Cameron Smotherman. So I'm going to take Ricky Simone by decision. A complete opposite matchup, so to be fair, it is kind of hard to see where this is going to go. Maybe Cameron Smotherman just didn't have success because Siri City is just that long, and he has a problem with that, but I don't know. Who cares? Jose Ochoa versus Cody Durden. A lot of people are giving Jose Ochoa some serious credit for looking not completely terrible against Lona Kavanaugh, which, to be fair, yeah, I guess. He had, what was it? I think he had a submission attempt at one point that was close, and people are just oh, wow. Jose Ochoa almost took down the great Lona Kavanaugh. Did he though? Because after that, it was not close. What are we looking at here? Cody Durden is, you want to talk about veterans? Cody Durden is a veteran of the UFC. He's a good grappler, and in his last fight, you can't be too mad at him because it's it was Joshua Van, we didn't know I knew. Let me say that. Let me pat myself on the back. I knew Joshua Van was that good. It was oh, Cody Durden probably sucks. This Joshua Van kid just beat the shit out of him. Now Joshua Van has a title elimination bout coming up. So it's okay, never mind. That's not that bad of a loss. And then the two losses before that, it's Tagir Ulanbekov and Bruno Silva. But he beat Jake Hadley, beat Charles Johnson. Good names. Matt Schnell. Everyone's knocked out or choked out Matt Schnell. He blows. I'm going to take Cody Durden. I like the competition that he's fought. I just don't hold as much value as these other people are holding to Jose Ochoa's performance against Lona Kavanaugh. I'm going to take Cody Durden by decision. I think he gets it done. Mixes in grappling well. I think the striking's going to be decently even. We'll see. Malcolm Wellmaker versus the great Chris Matinho. He's back. I've seen a lot of people online saying, oh, wow, he's back. He's on a win streak. He's been doing good. The people that he's been beating are absolute fucking cans. They're not good. His last fight, the guy he fought, was 22-16. Before that, he was 6-7. Are we being serious? Are we being serious? Oh, he's really good now. He added levels to his game. No, he didn't. He's beating cans. And Malcolm Wellmaker is going to make you pay for being defensively responsible, which is what Chris Matinho is. He's the definition of defensively irresponsible. I might have said defensively responsible. Defensively irresponsible is what Chris Matinho is. 2 fights in the UFC, 2 standing TKOs up against the fence because he just blocks punches with his face. That's his best attribute is his chin. But is it at the end of the day because you're just taking so much punishment? If I had to bet, I haven't seen the odds for this. If I had to bet, I would put money on the fact that Malcolm Wellmaker is a minus 1,000 or bigger favorite. I'm taking Malcolm Wellmaker. I think he's going to get him out of there in the first and second round. I think it might even be a 10-8 in the first round because of the shots that Malcolm Wellmaker is able to land. And he's going to get a TKO in the second. That's the way I see it. Yeah, I don't know. Chris Matinho puts on good fights, though, because he goes in there ready for war, so I can't be too mad at it. But, Dan, to be fair, Malcolm Wellmaker is taking this fight on like 11 days' notice, to be fair. But Malcolm Wellmaker's going to get a finish in the second or third round, I think. Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee. Michael Chiesa's putting a little bit of a run together here. Don't call it a comeback. The Tony Ferguson win, whatever. It was Tony Ferguson at the end. But the Max Griffin fight, he looked good. Like that's Max Griffin. Like that's no slouch. So, and then before that, it's like you lose to Vicente Luque, Sean Brady, and Kevin Holland. Those aren't losses to like hang your head at. That's very good competition. There's that, and then coming back and getting 2 in a row. I've been impressed with the way he's looked. I think he's hitting kind of a second wind in his career, whereas Court McGee is the definition in your head. Imagine an unk at a cookout. You hear that all the time, the unk at the cookout, getting into a fight, whatever. Look at him. That is an unk at a cookout. When I imagine it in my head, that is exactly what it looks like. And he's not good anymore. He never was, to be fair. He's 22-13. He's not good. He never was good. He's coming off a win to Tim Means. He's coming off a win to Tim Means. And then before that, you're losing the guys like Alex Morono to Matt Brown. Jeremiah Wells, who I think got cut. Alex Morono retired, I think. So did Matt Brown. Tim Means was like 30 and like 20 or something for his career. Some shit. He hasn't fought anybody good. I don't know. I'm taking Michael Chiesa by decision or maybe even submission in the second or third round. We'll see. Rodolfo Bellato versus Paul Craig. I broke this down on... What card was that? Dude, this fight was a co-main event, actually, now that I remember. I don't remember what card it was. Paul Craig was the co-main event of... I don't remember what card that was. It was. And I broke it down, and I said Rodolfo Bellato by KO at some point. Who cares? If you want that prediction, you could go back and find it. They're in a thumbnail somewhere. Like, I remember having to put these guys in a thumbnail. Rodolfo Bellato by KO at some point. The body kicks aren't going to be there for Paul Craig. That's his calling card on the feet, but they're, like, not good anymore, so who cares? His only way to win is by submission, and I think Rodolfo Bellato is just going to stay on the feet and land an overhand. So, moving on. Alonzo Menafield versus Umar Sy. Umar C. However you pronounce it, Omar C. I've been waiting for the day that Alonzo Menafield finally gets taken out of the rankings because he's not good. And he hasn't been good, and he never was good. His last fight was to that light-skinned dude. What was that guy's name? Julius Walker. I think it was Julius Walker is his name. He arguably lost that fight. Alonzo Menafield did. He arguably lost that fight to Julius Walker, coming in on like a week notice in his debut. It was a terrible fight, by the way. Don't get me wrong. Umar Sy is good. Like, he's very technical, he's long, and he's powerful. He's just everything that Alonzo Menafield isn't. So I think he gets... And Alonzo Menafield's chinny. I think Umar Sy gets a finish at some point in this first or second round. I just think Alonzo Menifield is completely terrible. I think it's time that we get him out. He needs to leave. Leave the rankings at least. He's been holding up a spot in the rankings for years, it seems. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Cody Brundage. Mansour Abdul Malik in his last fight, I think in the first round he got the dude hurt. Who did he fight? I'm gonna look. Yeah, Nick Klein. He hurt him early, but then he got hurt, or it was he got hurt and then he hurt Nick Klein, and then he got a finish in the second round. Dude, this guy has finished he's never been to a third round. Mansour Abdul Malik is going to kill Cody Brundage, I think. Mansour better not throw any illegal strikes, too, because Cody Brundage is the type to be a complete pussy and just say, yeah, no, he hit me in the back of the head. Oh, I'm done. Give me a win. That's how Cody Brundage's career goes. He will roll over and be a bitch to get a win. He did it before to, who was that? Abdul Razak Al-Hassan or whatever his name is? Yeah, dude. Like early into the fight too. Cody Brundage sucks, dude. Fuck this guy. I can't stand this guy. Yeah. Mansour's gonna f him up in the first round. Cody Brundage. Cody Garbrandt versus Houndy Barcelos. This is a complete and utter toss-up. Yeah, I don't no, dude. Cody Garbrandt doesn't seem to have like all 10 toes down into the fight game at this point in his career. So I can't pick him to win, dude. And Houndy Barcelos looked good in his last fight against Peyton Talbot. Granted, Peyton Talbot, his takedown defense sucks and he's borderline retarded on the ground. Cody Garbrandt's fucking old, but he's not. He's 33, but he's so washed. I don't even know what to break down for this fight. I just think Houndy Barcelos can put a pace on him to get away with winning a couple rounds on top position. And I don't think Cody Garbrandt's striking is just not good anymore, dude. And he's over here getting face tattoos. Like, I just don't think that he's the same person. I don't know. I'm taking Houndy Barcelos by decision, I guess. Yeah, who cares, honestly. It's just two old heads. Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Petrosky. I've said in the past that Edmund Shabazian is overrated, and I stand by that. I still don't think he's that good because he has 5 minutes in him. And once you get him past the 5 minutes, he legitimately looks like Stephen Hawking out there. He is retarded. He looks like he has cerebral palsy after you hit the 5 minute mark. But before that, he looks incredible. Yeah, he's got to get something else into his gas tank or whatever. But Andre Petrosky sucks. Dude, he got knocked out he shot a takedown attempt, I'm pretty sure, on Jacob Malkoun. Is that who that was? He shot a takedown, hit his temple into the dude's hip, and knocked himself out. He's retarded. I think Edmund Shabazian's going to get a first round finish. If he doesn't, he's losing. No argument. Like, there's no other argument. There's nothing else that's going to happen. First round finish or get worked for the rest of the fight and look like a paraplegic. That's just how it goes. So I'm taking Edmund Shabazian by first round finish, I think. The crazy odds on this, by the way, if you're going to bet on a fight, this is going to be the one to do it. Co-main event, Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick's head does not fit on her body. I've never noticed that. What the hell? Anyways, sorry. Breaking down a fight here. My bad. Miranda Maverick isn't terrible, but in a matchup like this where Rose is actually very talented, one of the more talented strikers just in women's MMA in general ever, and she's really good at sprawling and defending takedowns and being defensively responsible. I just don't like it for Miranda Maverick, and I think that just Miranda Maverick isn't good on the feet. Rose is. What am I supposed to say? Rose is going to win. Is this a 5-round fight? This better not be a 5-round fight. It should be 3 rounds. It should be 30-27 to Rose. But again, who cares? I don't know. Why is this a co-main event? Moving on from this. I'm not breaking this shit down. Finally, we get to the main event. Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. I think that Joaquin Buckley is the most underrated fighter on the roster. I think he's really, really, really good. And that might be a stretch, but I think he's really good. His performance against Colby, I think people are going to overlook a little bit because Colby sucks now and he's old or whatever. Dude, it was a mauling. It wasn't like but he was old, so he kind of got put away. It happens. No, like Joaquin Buckley was beating the shit out of him the whole time. He knocked out Stephen Thompson. Like, hello, Stephen Thompson? No one takes Stephen Thompson on the feet unless you're like something special. And his grappling is good and his mindset is good. Whereas Kamaru, he's like doing podcasts and we haven't heard from him or seen from him in... When was the last time that he fought? Was it the Chimaev fight that he took on short notice? It was 2 years ago, man. And he's doing all this media shit, like building up a YouTube channel, and it doesn't seem like he's like fully invested. Where Joaquin Buckley, I don't know if you guys have seen that video where he's like, I really want to fucking hurt somebody. Like, I'm 10 toes down in this shit. I want to hurt somebody. Dude, I was watching that shit in my bed, shitting and pissing my pants. Like, I was scared. And he wasn't even talking to me. Like, I was genuinely like, I was like, oh my God, this guy is fucking terrifying. Usman's like sitting down on Pound for Pound, the Pound for Pound podcast, just talking about bullshit for hours at a time. I just think that mindset wise, it's not going to be close. I think Usman isn't there. And from a technical standpoint, Joaquin Buckley loves the front side kick to the body. He loves the oblique kick, the lead oblique kick. We all know how terrible Usman's legs are, how his knees are, how he can't walk. He has to walk down the stairs backwards. When he goes on runs, he can only run in the grass because the pavement hurts his feet. Like, we know how up his legs are and his knees. That's Joaquin's best kick, is the oblique kick, is the lead body side kick, the lead shot to the body. It's his best shit. He's going to be firing that over and over and over and over. Usman's going to be shooting double legs as he does and only using his upper body, but it's not going to work because Joaquin Buckley is just as powerful in his upper frame and more powerful in his lower frame, for that matter. It's just not... I don't see an outcome where Kamaru Usman wins this fight. Not even a single scenario. I have Joaquin Buckley by late finish. I think he's only going to grow as the fight progresses. He's going to f up Kamaru's legs early. And it's not going to be close, I don't think, dude. I don't see a way of winning. Like, what? Hold top control? Like, you're not going to be able to just be on top of him the whole time like you did against Masvidal in your first fight with him. It's just not going to happen. You can't do that to him, Joaquin Buckley. He's too good of a defensive grappler. He sprawls way better than Masvidal does. He's more powerful on the feet than Masvidal is. I think he's going to hurt Usman at some point, and he's going to put him away up against the cage. That's the way that I see it. I don't see a way of winning. I'm sorry. And Usman's old. He's 38. He's past his prime. We all know that. I thought he won the Chimaev fight. Sue me. Don't. I had it 29-28, and I don't care what the fuck you say. I watched it back. I still think he won. But he's past his prime, and Joaquin Buckley's incredible. And after this, when Joaquin Buckley wins, we get Buck versus Cuck, Ian Gary, and then hopefully we see a banger of a fight. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. 97% of you are not subscribed, so if you do want to subscribe and you enjoyed the video, or I give you a couple good picks, like I did on the last card, because I went 10-3 on picks in the last card, subscribe. Leave a like, leave a comment. So, appreciate you guys. Got another video or two coming out this week. So, appreciate you. See you in the next one. Peace.